what are the benefits you enjoy as a skillful person, as a data scientist? What are the benefits you enjoyed over your colleagues who don't have skills?
Okay, one of the benefits I would say you enjoy is that you are sure about your future. You're not leaving school and you're thinking like, what am I going to do? Yeah, that assurance that I just need to just advance. That's all.
Hello, welcome to the first episode of the Open Reality Show. It's a place where we bring you not just interesting, but godly and timely matters. In today's episode, we'll be talking about business and skill acquisition. And today we have Samuel Joshua, who is a business person and an entrepreneur. And we have Nenchi Emmanuel, who is a data scientist and an AI engineer. My name is James John. You're welcome. It's a privilege to have you here today, sir.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome,
Thank
sir.
you very much, sir.
First question goes to Sir Joshua Samuel.
All right.
What do you understand by business? In your simple terms, if you have to explain business to a small child, what do you say business is?
Okay. Basically, business is any activity or an activity where people buy, sell, or make product. Where the main aim is to make profit. So, any activity you get yourself involved, where you make, you buy, or sell there, and then the main goal is to earn money, to make profit. That's business.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
amazing. So if one is doing something to make profit,
Yes.
and what about situations where people don't intend to do business, but profit is being made? What do you have to say about that?
Yeah. It's not possible. As far as you are involved, anything you do and you make profit is business.
It's business.
Yes, in any form.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So business is a major factor.
Yes.
All right. Wow. So sir, what is skill? Or what is a skill?
Okay, in my own terms, I would say a skill is something that comes easily to you, that you can do easily, and it has to also solve problem. So if it's not solving problem, for me, it's not a skill.
It's not a skill.
Yes, so it has to solve a problem for me to say, okay, this is a skill. I mean, we have people who can eating comes easily to them. We can't say it's a skill because it's not really actually beneficial to somebody else. It doesn't solve. But we can say communication, effective communication is a skill. I mean, we add that to our CV these days.
Yes.
So because why? When you communicate effectively, people easily understand. So you solve the problem of communication barrier. So that's the skill. So anything you can do, it that comes easily to you. It can be acquired. It can be something that comes just to you naturally. But yeah, as far as solve problem, then it's a skill.
It's a skill. So
yes, sir.
what are the necessary things that one must put in place for him to be able to acquire a skill? A timely and valuable skill.
Okay, so the first thing for me you would do is you would look at look at your surrounding. Okay, what are the problems around you? Or even if it might not be something that can, but for me, I think it has to be valuable in your environment, because if it's not valuable in your environment, then it's a waste of time.
It's not needed.
Yeah, so you have to look at your environment, then look at what you can do. I mean, what you can do to solve the problem in your immediate environment. Then yes, if it's something you can easily, that you don't have to acquire, then no problem. But if it's something that you have to go and acquire that skill to solve that problem, then yes, that would be one thing. You have to have a problem definition. So then you acquire the skill.
There cannot be a skill without a problem.
Yes, there cannot be a skill without a problem.
Oh, nice. So sir, what do you need to learn or need to have before you begin business, before you start a business?
Okay. Basically, for you to start a business, there are usually two things involved. There is the pre-launch plan and then the launch plan. The pre-launch plans is the plans you have to have at hand before going into the business. What are those pre-launch plan? One, you take a market survey. Yes. If you want to start a business.
What is a market survey? Sorry, before you can, what is a market survey? Because there are a lot of people who may be watching and then don't understand anything about entrepreneurship or business and probably don't understand market survey. So what is market survey?
Market survey is, let me give an example. If I want to start a bakery business, of course there are other people that have already done this business, like already existing. Then I will go and then take a survey of how this business is being run. That's the marketing aspect. How they produce the the bread
The
or
bread.
whatever they are producing,
Yes.
how they sell it, how they manage their customer, and then how the business is being run at large. That's generally a market survey. So in any business you start, you go for the market survey. How are they running the business? How are they doing the business? You check the pro and cons of the business, both inward and outward. Then, if that is being set, now you must have your target audience. Yes, because basically business is you must have customers to attend to. So you must have your target audience. Know who are your target audience. In that environment you want to start your business, do you have those target audience around? And then once you have your target audience, you know where you are reaching, then definitely you can start up. It's also part of the pre-launch plan. Then financial management. Yes, if I'm to start this business, am I financially capable to start? So at a point in time, if you have that plan on ground of the business, then it's very, very important you cut your cut according to your size. Yes, you go for the ones that you have money on ground. Of course, you can still go for option of borrowing money, which is not advisable, or getting fund or source from other sources. But it's very, very important that you know the money you need before starting the business.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So also, many people find it hard to start a business. What do you think is the reason, and what is the solution to that?
Now, finding it hard. I think Maximo said something that's the most riskiest thing is not taking risks. Yes,
it is risky not to take risks.
Yes, it is very risky not to take risks.
Wow.
So business is all about risks. Yes, as far as you get yourself involved, then the one is full of risks. It's full of uncertainty. Even if the business vision is clear and then straightforward, it may be very uncertain. So it's all about risks. Now, as you get involved in this, you just have to bear in your mind that you are going to face challenges. Yes. So these challenges are what people actually face not to start a business. Now, challenges can come in different forms. Yes, we have internal challenge, we have external challenge, emotional challenge, and a lot of things. Now, internal challenge, you can be a social person that you relate with people, go out, you are almost everywhere, you are just socially aligned. Now, if you want to start a business, then that sociality, that social life will have to drop a little bit because you want to start a business. Now, some people always find it difficult to give out that. They take their social life as a priority. So if you are not ready to step down that your social life, then it's very, very hard to
use your teeth.
to use your seed and then start up a business. Now, also family, friends, and other things can be a factor in starting a business. Now, when we talk about emotional challenge, now stress is involved. No matter how the business is straightforward, and it may just look like, okay, what I would do, imagine I want to start a bread business. What I will do is just to go to the shop, buy the bread, and come back and then supply it around. It may look very easy, but with time, when it becomes so big,
Yes, it becomes stressful.
It becomes very, very stressful. So some people are not ready to withstand the stress of that business. Yes, that's it become a challenge for them to start the business. Yes, so that's basically some of the challenges people face to start the business. Also, fear. Some people
Fear of losing,
fear of losing,
crashing.
uncertainty. If I invest this 100,000, if this 100,000 did not come back, hey, there is problem. Fear have already gripped them before starting the business. So in fact, it is one of the major challenge people face, uncertainty. They are not certain that, okay, if I invest in this business, sometimes the business model or the business plan may look very clear to you, but once you get involved, the money gets scattered. That's business for you because you took risks in the very first place. So these are generally the challenges that people face to start up a business. This is fear, emotional challenge, and then internal challenge and other stuff that when they face it, they become discouraged to start a business, even if the business will blow after starting it. So once you do not start, then there is no way to consider whether the business will be successful or not successful.
Amazing.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, sir. Sir Nenchin, how do you know what skill is best for you? Do you venture into different skills and find out the one that works best for you?
Okay, like bro Josh said, you have to do market survey for business, right? So for me, I think for that, it also applies for skill
Skill acquisition.
Like I said, you have to know, you have to look around and see the problems but there are lots of problems in our society. So does that mean you just pick any problem and you want to solve? No. So you have to do your own personal search online. You can, there are research. There are places and platforms online where you can search the skill that best suits you. So what can you do personally easily? Look at the skills that you saw online. Check how do they relate to you. How they relate to maybe any problem around you. How relevant are they in your society also? And how do they come easily to you? Like, how do they suit your personality? Let's say I'm not that kind of, I'm a very quiet person. I don't even know how to talk when I'm going public. Then I now say I want to do a skill in marketing. Definitely, I won't be able to do that because I don't know how to talk. So imagine when you tell me, okay, come and market our product, and I reach there and I get the stage fright. So that's why I went for something that I don't have to talk much. Yeah, in data you talk, but I only talk what I'm supposed to say. I don't have to start thinking of what to say. So I just do more of coding, do more of talk. That's why I went for data. So I noticed that this comes easily with me. I don't need to talk much. I just need to write some codes, put it in a very beautiful form, come and see what is in my code, and I leave. So that's the thing. So you don't necessarily have to go through I actually went through learning lots of skills, but that was because I was not guided. I didn't mean I had somebody to guide me. I mean, that's the reason we are doing this show, because we don't want people to make the mistakes we made. So I went about learning different things before I finally got what works for me. So I think one of the things you should do is, one, ask around, make your own search online. Don't just do because you see somebody doing. It might not be your stuff, and you might be forcing it. But when you do something that's your own, you just know that this is my own.
We find a lot of people who are doing
it. And another thing about
their friends,
their friends. And when you now start having the problem of the thing, you're not getting the money, because definitely you cannot get the money in one day. The money might not even come that year. It will take time. So when you start having that problem, you're not seeing the money. You see people dropping out and maybe doing something else. But if you find something that is you, then so make your survey very well. Check online, ask people for advice, look at what fits you, what fits into your own personality and all that. Then you're good to go.
You made mention of making money. So how can somebody who has a skill, some person have a skill but don't know how to translate that skill into making money?
I think that's another problem, because people don't know how to market their skill. Now, in marketing your skill, it doesn't mean, like I said, it doesn't mean you have to go everywhere shouting, this is my skill. No, you don't have
carry
to
a signboard and around.
In learning a skill, any skill, people want to see evidence. So I'm more into tech, so I would want to use that a bit. So in tech, like my stack, which is data science, what we do is that you build projects, do something that people can see and put it out there online. You can put it on LinkedIn. Oh, you don't, like I said, you don't need to talk in public. Nobody sees you. I just write online. Oh, this is what I did, and that's all. This is what I did. Put it
very
on.
Simple.
Yeah, very simple. All you have to do it and put it online. Put it out there. You can post about it. You can just keep posting about it. People will come. And it's another thing again, volunteer. You have to volunteer. Try to do some volunteer work. From volunteer work, somebody might just call you up and they, okay, we've seen this gig. Because I know when I started, I did lots of volunteer stuff. Even till now, I still do volunteer stuff. But one thing I've noticed from my volunteer, I've also gained from it, because I got one gig recently, and how I got it was I've worked with somebody before. So when this person was looking for someone, I was like, I can do it. So he didn't tell me. Immediately I said I can do it, he called somebody. He went to my LinkedIn profile and saw that I've worked with somebody before. So he called the person, how is this person? Can you do this thing? So the person now told him, I mentioned, yes, he can do it. So you must have volunteered and work with somebody, even if it's all, and plus your personal project plus volunteering, it also helps.
That's amazing. That means you need to be out there.
Yes,
don't just be, because there are many people who have skills and then they're not probably graphics design, they're not making any graphics, they're not volunteering. You need to be out there.
You must have done something before people would see that you're authentic.
Thank you very much, sir. So as an entrepreneur, what are the problems, the challenges you faced when you started business and all of that?
Well, for me personally, I think finance was a challenge for starting up a business. That's generally for everyone. But for me, finance wasn't that a challenge because I start with something small. Yes, I think I could remember starting a sugarcane business was my first business.
Sugarcane business.
Yes, sugarcane
Amazing.
business. Where I went to my mom, explained things to her, give her the business model, how the business
There's
is.
a business model for sugarcane.
Yes, for sugarcane. You have to. So like
Amazing.
you are coming to a panel, telling them how the business will look like. This is the stream flow of the business. Yes. So I will try to convince her, okay, this is the business. She said, okay, let's give it a try. Let's take the risks, just as I said earlier. So she gave me a startup of 20 naira, went there, bought the sugarcane, came, set it up, do 1 or 2, and then before you know, from 20 naira sugarcane, it moved to 50 naira. I was like, wow, this is where the profit is coming from. From then, I increase the scale of the business and then move on and so forth. So the challenges most people face is finance. I don't have that finance, but it's actually not a challenge in some way. You can start it on a small scale. You don't need 1 million naira to start up a business. Before you wait for that 1 million naira, the business may have gotten outdated. Yes, so it's very important you take survey according to your size. Yes, you can start small. Just as soon as the profit comes in, you expand, and then you move forward.
Okay, thank you so much for that.
Yes,
thank
sir.
you so much for that. Now, being a student, you just graduated. Congratulations to that.
Yeah,
I could
thank
have
you.
mentioned that when we started. Graduates, yes, from the prestigious Federal University of Technology, Mina. How were you able to manage doing business and schooling at the same time?
Okay, I think in my definition I said when you make, yes, that means the business can be selling of something. Now, giving out service is also like you are selling. That service is your product.
Yes.
So when I came on campus, I wasn't doing a business actually, but I was selling service who serve as a business. Now, I'm into laptop repairs, phone repairs, and sometimes bicycle self.
Wow, bicycle repairs.
Yes, yeah. So, but majorly is that phone and then laptop, where people will just bring their phone and then I get to fix it and then get money. So, with that, I was earning money out of it. But at a point in time, someone can just give you one phone and then you spend like 3 days repairing the phone. Somebody will just give you a laptop after you finish installation. You drive the system, everything is working. You just off the system so that the drivers you updated should get updated, then everything got crashed. And it's demanding time for you. So I think as a student, what I did is I had a plan, like a timetable of how I would do things. Now, my reading time is there. Then also repair times. I try as much as possible to carve out time in my timetable. Okay, today is for repairs. So sometimes if you bring your phone and it's not of emergency, I can tell you, okay, this is the day that you are very sure that you get your phone or your system fixed. So I try as much as possible. If I finish with my academic activities, social activities, church and everything, if I said, okay, on Tuesday from 11 a.m. to so time, I will use it for repair. That means no other distraction will come in. I know that time is specifically for repairing those devices. So I focus on that, and then I was able to repair whatever I want to repair, then put it in place. Then I also create worst case scenarios, because someone will come to you as an emergency. I could remember where people come and then they say, okay, their phone fell inside water. You don't have to wait till another Tuesday to repair the phone. It's a kind of emergency repairs for them. And so you also create room for emergencies. Yes, for emergency repairs. So it's very, very important that you have a timetable. Yes. That okay, this day, okay, if today is Monday and then I want to use Monday for reading, try as much as possible. Let what you want to do that Monday should be that reading you've planned for. Yes, I want to go out probably to visit someone. I want to cook. I want to do. Just have a timetable for whatever you are doing. You'll be able to strike balance, because in that timetable you won't see a space of whiling away time. Yes, that won't be space, because at a point in time you can be sitting down and you ask yourself, what am I supposed to be doing?
So because he did something close to petroleum like that, so we were already thinking of, okay, who will give this, who will tell this person, my mom will tell this person, my dad will say will tell this person, and all that. So, and one of my uncle told him, don't worry. I was even there. He told him, don't worry, as far as I'm here, you must I will not rest until. So all those kind of situations, I don't have that mind of going back home and somebody will tell me that before you even tell me, I already tell you I have a job already. I mean, I have a job that I know I'm doing and I actually enjoy doing. So I have the assurance that nobody's going to tell me all those long stuff, or I will not be telling my mom, mommy, you know this person, but tell this person this is it. Tell this person I'm through with school. Or I'm telling my dad, you know this person, go and tell this person I'm through with school. I'm looking for one person to tell. I already my mind is already settled on what I want to do. All I just need to do is just to advance my skill, add some things that I know. Because when we were in school, there are some things we can't really do because we need time for our studies and all that. Yes. But now we are through with school, we can add more. If it needs to be, if it's certificate, you can go and be certified. If it's further studies on that, you can go online and get one course and spend all your day on it. But you couldn't do that. So where you were in school, so that's assurance that I know what I'm doing already. I know where I'm going. I know where I'm headed. I also have that. Plus, we can't even ignore the finance part, Sha. We still everybody wants to act like they love what they are doing because they love it. They are not doing it because at the end of the day, it's the money we want to eat at the end of the day. So the finance is another thing. Having this when you know that you're getting money from, so you started something and you're getting money from it. I mean, you're trying to, you're not going to go home and start looking for money. You like that assurance, that financial backbone that you have already when leaving school. You already know the amount of money you can. If they say, okay, bring this money now. If somebody wants, nobody even can. I remember when we had a program, and a friend of mine is a UI UX designer. So they were talking about, okay, that was the day we signed out. So everybody was happy. So they were shouting unemployed graduates. So one guy just looked at him and was like, "We know if you even call you unemployed graduate." Because he was already employed.
He was talking to you.
Yes. No, somebody was talking to that my friend. Because that my friend, as at when we were even doing IT, he was already working for a company as their lead UI UX designer. So you cannot tell him that he's unemployed. I mean, he's a lead in a company. I also know somebody who is also one of the people that actually motivates me a lot when it comes to data. His name is Bankole. So he graduated 2 sets before. So before, I remember I was with him before even their final defense. He was telling me that he's traveling to Lagos, that he just got a job in Mikano. I was like, I mean, somebody already had a job that he was. I can't remember if he even did the final defense. He left and went to Mikano and started working. He left and went for Mikano. Though his department is kind of lenient, so he could do that, unlike my department. So it was so sweet that somebody had a job before he finished. Yeah, without nobody asked him for where is your certificate. So that's that's boldness you have when you have a skill. That's one thing in short, those testimonies, those people I knew and looking at them, those are the things that motivates me.
Amazing. That means you don't have to struggle for money while in school.
Yeah.
You have your food, not always chicken curry and all of that.
Yes.
That's amazing. Okay. What would you advise a fresher, that is 200 level, 100 level student who are just, they are new in school? What would you advise them? Would you advise them to do business or focus on their academics?
Okay. Well,
that's while in school.
Yes. I will still rephrase back to what I said earlier. It is very risky. It's too risky not to take a risk.
Not to take risk. I love that word. Now it is risky not to take risk.
Yes. Now the question is, freshers and 200 level people, that curiosity of focusing on academics is there as you step into the campus. In fact, as you come from home, if I come, read my book, first class is to go and but once you put your leg in the campus, you now understand that this is not the way it is. So
it's not all about campus.
Yes, it's not all about campus. So I think it's very, very important for a fresher to get involved in business. It depends on who the person is. Yes. If you are this kind of person that you come back from home and then you are satisfied with what they are sending for you from home, you are not afraid with, if I ask this windy question, if you are just satisfied with the financial inflow from home, then you can decide not to take the risks and then not to do a business. But with what I've experienced, it's very, very important to start a business as a student, because you have that self-confidence. Yes, that okay, now this is my own money. Yes, this is my own money. So if a fresher should come and then he wants to start a business, I would advise him, yes, if he knows himself, let him start. Now, before he starts, there are some things you can do and then some things you cannot do. Understanding yourselves. Yes, that okay, in this environment I can run this business. No. My body, myself, and I cannot align to this environment. It's important to know yourself. Then, secondly, if it's a student, take an environmental survey. You go around the environment, check how the environment is, how people live their life, and how people do things here. After taking the survey of the environment, then during the process of survey, if you are a good business person or someone that has the intention of starting a business, in fact, you won't go long before you detect that there's a problem, that people need a service to be served or a product that you need to be sold. It can just be in your own lodge, where okay, most people you have to go out and then buy pure water and then come back again. You can start it there. As soon as people supply pure water, you come and buy it. I've been in lodges where fellow students are doing that and then they are making me money. From that, you can start as little as Gary and any other stuffs. So it's important to understand yourself, know the business you want to run, then know your target audience, just as I said. Now, if you want to start a business, it can be in your lodge. Okay, what are those things that your lodge mate goes outside to buy? What if those things are inside my lodge? When someone just have to come out from his room and then go to the other room and then buy it. Before you know, within
further than
going outside, then you can start with that. Before you know, you expand and then go bigger than that. And in fact, I have people where in their room, half of their room is where they sleep, half of their room is a shop.
It's a shop.
Yes, they have almost everything. So it's satisfy their own need, and then even to the lodge mate, because just imagine, instead of me to trek down to front of school, I just have to come back just 2 steps away from my room and then get whatever I want to get. And then before you know, customers and everything, then you somehow be independent.
Oh, thank you so much for that.
Yes, sir.
So do you think a student, a fresher, 100 level, 200 level student should go into skills and develop their skills while in school?
Okay, for me, I would say it's in 2 ways. First of all, you have to evaluate yourself. Are you the kind of person that can actually combine things properly? If you're not that kind of person, then I don't think you should. I would say, I will not say you should not do at all, but first of all, just focus on your academics. I think 100 level at least, 200 level, then 300 level, you can now start going for your skill. But if you're the kind of person that can actually, you know how to structure your time very well, and then you can do it perfectly well, then yes, because 100 level, I feel you have more time. It's just that we are just coming from home and our head are still everywhere. That's why we think we don't have time in 100, but if you look at it very well, you notice you have lots of time in 100, just that you while it away,
especially in this school.
Yes, especially in this school, online classes. So you can actually perfectly do you do a skill from your 100 level, you do it 200 level, and you do it throughout. But with the fact of you're just coming that freedom from house, so you start doing filling yourself up even with the necessary and the unnecessary. Then that's the way we have that problem, because if you look at it, you don't even really need to read like 24/7, and nobody reads 24/7. So we still have time that we used to do unnecessary stuff. Why don't you just put your skill? Yes, you don't have to do it fully, like you don't have to do it all, but at least build small projects from them. Be learning the basics, that 100 level, build small projects 200 level. Then from your 300 level, when you're already strong, you can start getting, okay, let me go for a job now. Yeah, so that's
amazing. Thank you so much for that. So for people who are listening, who are watching, who don't have a skill and wants to, what advice would you give? What are the best way to start a skill?
So for me, the best advice for me, I would say you should start with like I always say, start with the problems, or look at the problem around you. Which problem do you want to solve? We have lots of problems in Nigeria. We have lots of problems in the world. And now it's even better. The world is a global village. You can actually locate a problem in far away other countries. Like I was talking with a friend. He's in my department mate and level mate also. So where I work, he usually come to that place we have kind of like a workstation. So he usually comes there to work. So we were discussing today. So he told me about his business. The business he started. He actually started, I think, recently or last year, I think so. started last year. So we were talking. His audience are actually not just Nigerians. He even told me he was talking with one of his clients from Ukraine. So you can see. So you can start a business and you have your clients. Even your first clients can be somewhere else. Now it's actually, so you can look at problems around the world, and his business idea is very sweet. When I heard it, I was really wowed. So you can look for a business either here. If you don't have the resources to solve the one outside that is far from you, you can start with the little ones around you. Look at the business around you. Okay, can you do this? Can you solve this? Look for like I said, go online, check for skills that suits you, your personality, that easily comes to you. It mustn't be tech. That's the mistake most people make. They feel that it has to be tech because tech is big. There are other stuff you can do. There are other skills you can acquire. Then you can make good money without it being tech. So yes, so you can look at yourself, survey around yourself. What is the problem you can solve? What is your personality? Look on the internet. You see what you can do. Then you can now push into that. Then you solve it, you learn it, start from the beginning. Do you have the resources to also learn it? It's also very important. There are some skills you don't have the resources to learn. So how do you do? Because of that, you shouldn't learn. No, you change. You have to be very flexible. So you change. Look for another one that you have that is also suits you, and you also have the resources. So yes.
Thank you so much for
Thanks,
that,
sir.
I appreciate that, sir. In just 1 minute, sir, what do you have for people who wants to become an entrepreneur, that wants to do small scale business? Probably like those who are in school that wants to become an entrepreneur and then do business. What advice do you have for them?
Okay, well,
for a starter.
Yeah, okay, for a starter is one thing I'll tell him is take that risk. It's very, very important. Just take the risk, give it a try. In fact, failure is not you failing at that moment, but as soon as you give up on that trying, that's when you fail. So you can start and fall down again. You wake up, you fall down again, you keep on running. Just take that risk. Yes, take that risk. Just as I said, before taking the risk, it's very important. That's in business. Have the business model, have the business plan. That's even before launching the business. So, because sometimes if you have an idea of a business, if you have the pre-launch plan, once you list the pre-launch plan and you go over them, from that moment you realize that this business is very risky, then you think of switching or aligning. But from the pre-launch plan, you already know where you are going to. Then after the launch plan, you already have plans for it. Then it's okay, you can start. Just give it a try, take the risks, and then you'll be able to start up the business.
All right, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. We are so blessed having you today. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much,
All right,
sir.
Thank you.